You might not think that a few simple words could make you crave McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. But if you listen closely to the sound of me saying McGriddles, McMuffin, you might be wrong. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel credit, stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
We enjoy all your characterizations, though our favorites would have to be your samurai, your Brando, your Bee, your Joe Cocker, your Live from New York and Saturday Night. No, wait, stop!
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthmacore Studios near Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, man.
It's the Weedsmen Podcast.
I have no idea what's going on.
And now,
you have smoked yourself retarded.
Here are the Weedsmen.
You want to get high?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, whoa. Starting off with Chaos Kids.
Chaos is
how's it going? Oh. So you got a little extra remix on the opening.
Yeah.
I'm Chris.
I'm Rob.
I'm Aaron. And I don't know what show number it is. I think it's 116. Or did we do...
I don't know. I lost
117?
I lost track.
Wait.
I'm just trying to get this chode lit.
That's what she said.
Not to you.
Ha! Mikey B said he hadn't smoked a joint in 3 years. Mm-hmm. So we rolled one. And I'm a little out of practice. I admit it's not the most attractive joint. But it seems to be working. I did put a nice little filter in there for you.
It's unnecessarily huge.
Well, yes, that's it.
It's not what she said.
It's like you're not sure which. It's one of those joints where you're not sure which end to light, the length or the width. And do I just smoke this like it's a harmonica?
There's Alf on that one.
There you go. What'd you do?
Your filter lasted 3 people.
Yeah.
Came out in my mouth.
Well,
this is show 116.
Yeah, I told you I was out
a
of
crack
practice.
Research team of myself.
Oh, shit.
Looked it up.
Yeah.
Put a little twist on
116.
But goddamn, my phone's fucking dead, and it's battery. But again, this damn thing today.
Yeah.
I had an unexpected trip to the mothership.
Oh yeah.
Well, just because this morning I go to fix it, I schedule all the social media as I do every morning for ChristopherMedia.net. And
Instagram,
I go to
the Facebook.
Yes. And I go to unlock my phone, and it just keeps doing the reset. So every time I swipe to the right, I just keep seeing the white apple.
Damn.
Swipe to the right, white apple. Swipe to the right, white apple. It just keeps doing this. Computer can't find it.
Oh, shit.
A new dance craze.
Phone's telling me.
Swipe to the right, white apple.
Swipe to the right.
White apple.
The car's telling me unlock your phone to use Apple CarPlay.
Unlock your phone.
It's picking up the Bluetooth, but it's telling me it can't find a file to play. So
it just went haywire?
Yeah. Getting to the mothership. And I sat across a person who was hassling the tech. Because they're going to replace the part of her phone for free.
Uh-huh.
She was pissed she was going to have to wait an hour to do it.
Oh, typical.
Hour?
You going to give me some money to spend in this mall? No, but we're replacing it for free. That's because he's paying the insurance.
That's it.
Guys, like, the insurance has nothing to do with this. This is a part issue. It's under warranty. We're replacing this for free. I'm sitting there going like, how is this guy telling this bitch shut the fuck up at this point? But then I was thinking, that's why I don't do customer service anymore. Because I'm
pretty good at that. I can work retail well. I can eat shit and smile at the same time. Doesn't bother me.
It's getting hard for me to not roll my eyes at things and people in general. Like, I'll forget about it and I'll do it with the girlfriend and then I'll get myself in a little hot water. Because I forget. People can see you in your eyes roll.
Yeah, that's the one person you don't forget.
Or sometimes I do it and I'm not even thinking about it. I'm like, oh shit.
I've had that before.
I just rolled my eyes. Fuck.
It's like, you just roll your eyes at me? I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
If I did, it was an involuntary response.
If I did, that was supposed to be in my head, and I'm so high I got confused.
So my eyes just did what they wanted to do.
What's going on?
No, I wasn't rolling my eyes. It's just that what you said was so dumb. I was trying to see my own brain to make sure it didn't damage mine.
Yeah. I was checking to see if any IQ points. Checking for all my brain cells.
Yeah.
There we go.
Make sure I wasn't dumber for having listened to it.
Yeah.
Making sure it was your brain that was addled and not mine.
Yeah. Now let's do the hustle.
There you go. Well, the filter
Shouldn't
fell
there be
out.
30 white people with bad rhythm in front of us right now?
Yeah, it was my favorite dance.
This was...
It's like the Cupid Shuffle. It really doesn't involve much.
It was the best when they were always all drunk.
I like dancing, but I have never been one for... what would you call that? Uniform dancing. Or just, anything that's not freestyle.
Not because you're in a country line dancing bar?
No.
That's what you're saying?
No, exactly right.
And hey, did I miss a meeting? When did the song get passed to this from... Wait, well, I'm singing the chorus. It's good.
Right,
was it Van something in the 70s?
Do the Hustle? The actual Do the Hustle song?
I didn't know that.
I mean, that's where the...
Like, when I started going to weddings when I was a little kid, it was all about that song.
Right.
And then somewhere, it turned into this.
Maybe it works, the timing.
I know.
Oh,
I'm totally puzzled by that. How do people know this shit? How many weddings do they go to?
The black people meetings. They took a vote, and they changed it.
No, because
And they didn't tell Whitey.
I've never been to a black meeting, but... I've been to a black meeting. Never been to a black wedding, but I've been to white weddings.
Well, I've been to a black wedding, and they're awesome.
Alrighty.
And it was a nice time to start again, is what I'm trying to say. Start again! No, white weddings.
White Billy Idol?
Wait, yeah.
What was I saying? This joint's working already. Mikey B, do you want that, or you just want to burn the linoleum? With your cigarette.
I'm sorry.
So what about white weddings?
Like, that Stevie Wonder song came on and everybody started lining up and doing that. And I was just like, "What? How did you all know this?"
But I'm saying that's what most cultural things. Brothers made a decision. Whitey co-ops it. Have it with rock and roll.
But this is
with rap music.
This is pre-internet. How does word travel like this? Everyone decides.
It all started at one wedding in Atlanta.
And where do you practice this? If you only... So are people like gathering in secret meetings practicing the hustle and not telling me about it?
Yeah, it's a secret black people meeting.
Or do they just go to like weddings constantly? Because where else? Weddings and the disco night at the Nectarine in Ann Arbor. The hustle would come on, this one.
Classic.
And yeah, I would just... This is my cue to go grab a drink, hit the head.
This reminds me of when I first actually collected a check in radio.
Nice.
I was a board op at the Groove. 105.1 in Detroit on the weekend.
Oh, nice.
I'm telling you, when you're trying to get your freak on at the club, and then all of a sudden everybody bursts out into some organized dance, that really puts a damper on your moves. You can't...
Unless this is an orgy, y'all not help me out for later.
Right.
Right.
We're going to have coordinated sex later.
Yeah, is part of this...
yeah, exactly.
Unless this line dance involves grinding in some fashion, we're not moving forward here, people.
What are we doing here?
I feel like someone should be screaming right now, I can't feel my face!
Yeah. This coke's really working!
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to yell that.
I finally watched Black Mass.
Oh, I love that movie.
The movie is fantastic.
Yeah, I think Johnny Depp's character was underrated by a lot of people. They were talking shit, I heard.
I don't know.
Whitey Bulger?
Yeah, Whitey Bulger.
I mean, I don't know how Whitey Bulger like moves or talks, but he did what he usually does and became another person,
Right.
That's why he's such a douchebag and as a real person, I would imagine. Because he's just an empty vessel.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You think he just sits in like courtyards and watches people?
I'd do that.
Dude, he's probably running some kind of crazy criminal operation in prison.
Oh, Jesus.
He's probably like running...
We're talking about Johnny Depp, I thought.
Oh.
I was... He was talking about Whitey Bulger running an operation in prison.
But yeah, you're right. We got a little off topic.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what we does.
No, the Black Mass movie, that was fantastic. Do you remember the director's name on that one?
No.
Whoever it was, I mean, the guy loves him some Scorsese.
Oh, for sure. But I thought, what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch was excellent in that movie. I mean, for being, a British actor, you don't think he'd pick up a Boston accent,
Brits can do accents, a wider variety of accents than most.
I thought Mel Gibson was American the first, 10 years of my life.
Really?
He's Australian.
Oh, yeah, but I'd only ever seen him in, Lethal Weapon and shit.
He shed his accent pretty early on, and he kind of stuck with that. He doesn't really talk with, an Aussie when he's interviewed these days.
Right.
These days, but back when he was first introduced to us...
I don't know.
You'd see him in interviews, he'd talk Australian. But you'd see him in Lethal Weapon, definitely.
Then again, I've never heard an Australian person talk bad about Jewish people, so I don't really have any context.
Well, you didn't talk to Mel long enough. You cut the conversation off early.
So other than Mel Gibson. No, everybody was in that fucking movie.
Yeah.
And everybody did a great job. Kevin Bacon didn't have a big part, but...
Thank God.
I'm sorry. You don't like Kevin Bacon?
Nah.
He's just in that movie to keep the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon going.
Right. That was it.
To give people more links.
Adam Scott was in it.
Mm-hmm.
He was good.
Amazing.
Corey Stoll, the guy who played Yellow Jacket.
Yep. He was a great DA for, the FBI.
He was awesome just because everybody else was buying or at least going along with, what's his name, the John Connolly.
Not Renner.
Joel Egerton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's all I kept thinking about. I'm like, I don't know that actor's name. It's not Jeremy Renner.
Right. Because they almost look alike.
It's beady-eyed Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. He was good. He was in that movie Warrior too.
But
such a evil person.
The guy who played the hitman, I wish he had a little bit
the
more.
heavier set guy.
Yeah, he was just cold, man.
Yeah, get your hands out of the peanuts.
I think probably my favorite was it. Yes, the guy who played Stephen Flemmi, Rory Cochrane. Remember the guy that was doing his prostitute daughter-in-law that he strangles in an abandoned house?
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. He'd be like,
and he's one of the guys who turned on him in the end.
Oh, yeah.
But he was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, like, who was the guy from Miami? He was the hitman that got killed.
The guy from...
when he's like, take the bag and go. You want me to take this?
Peter Sarsgaard.
Yeah.
Peter Sarsgaard is awesome.
He's amazing in that. How fucking coked out he is when he's doing the interview with the...
He's so
Aren't
funny.
you guys going to take me in or something?
He's like... he's so not cool. He goes, no, I get it. Take the money, for the hit. And he's like, no, not for the hit.
Take the bag and
take the money, take the money, take the money.
Yeah. Take the money.
Whenever we link up...
I think that joint finally gave up.
That was pretty damn good, though. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I'll watch it again. And Johnny Depp was scary as fuck.
Jesus, that man can channel anything. As far as I'm concerned now, after all the movies he's done, he can do anything.
You know what else I watched that I loved recently was the finale of Preacher.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys seen any? Do you have any understanding of what this is?
The most I know about Preacher is a lot of people on the internet bailed on it halfway through.
They fucked up. So when you take a comic book and adapt it to the screen, you're inevitably going to piss some people off because you have to make changes. Depends on what those changes are and how drastic they are. And while the characters were there, at least the core ones, it didn't seem to have any resemblance to what went on in the comic books. But, and this is a spoiler alert, so if you actually plan on catching up on Preacher, you can jump ahead about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But and I love the fuck out of this song. I love Dusty Springfield so much. I'm telling you, time machine fuck right there. So anyway, the finale of Preacher actually sets up where the comic book starts. And the comic book is about a man who is given a mysterious power to command anyone to do anything, even supernatural beings. and he's on the search for God himself so he can tell God off about how fucked up the world is.
Hey, man.
And if anyone can follow his whatever he says, then why shouldn't God? Why would God be immune to that power? And he teams up with his crazy ex-girlfriend and a vampire on a road trip across the U.S., meeting very fucked up people and being chased by the Saint of Killers, who is basically an old badass cowboy who had lived probably the last century or so in hell, replaying his worst moment, and has now been sent back to Earth in order to kill the main character, the preacher, in the title. Brilliant thing about the final episode, because they kept leading up to him, he talks about talking directly to God, and he says he's in this small town that he's a preacher in, and he says that he's going to bring God here to this church.
You just said, little kid.
Yeah. And everyone can confront God and ask their questions. You know, they want to know. He says to basically, you want to know why everything's fucked up, and I don't know. I don't have the answers for you, but I have a way to contact God, and we can ask him directly. So, and here's the big spoiler on this. They call God with this contraption, long story, left by angels, and he appears on a throne in a flash of blinding light in the church. And they actually get to ask God. He's defiant at first, and when the preacher stands up to him and says, "No, you know, you're the one who left us here on Earth. You're going to answer our questions as to what the fuck is going on here."
Fuck you, I'm God.
Yeah. Right? Well, he admires the preacher's hubris and says, "Okay, you ask your questions." People ask the usual questions: why do bad things happen to good people? And you know, why did my family die? And all of these serious questions, and he answers them with seeming wisdom, but no real answer other than, you know, what's really in the Bible. He seems to be, in many cases, quoting verbatim. But slips up when the preacher realizes that whoever he's talking to doesn't realize that he has this power of Genesis, is what they call it, this power to command people. To say literally, put this gun in your mouth and pull the trigger and you will. And he figures out that what he's talking to is not even God. He commands the being on the throne, says, tell me where God is. And he says, we have no idea. Maybe he's down there with you. And then they hit the road looking for God. So it's actually, the first season is a prologue to what happens in the comic.
How long has the comic been going on for now?
Well, the comic wrapped up. Vertigo series from the 90s tended to have a 70-issue run. That was what they were hitting for. So it's about, 5 years? What's that divided by 70 divided by 12? About a 5-year run, I think, without doing any calculations.
Right.
5.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good run for a comic book series.
Well, it's nice because they were mostly creator visions. It was Vertigo set the standard for a lot of Image comics and other more quote-unquote independent comics, where you have a guy who writes a story and a guy who draws it, and they get together and they do that, like The Walking Dead for the majority of its run. Has been the same two creators. The Preacher was the same artist. Actually, the guy that does Punisher right now that I showed you, the recent Punisher series.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy who does the art in the Preacher series.
Pretty good.
And Garth Ennis is the writer.
Garth Ennis?
Yeah.
That was Ennis.
Ennis.
Whatever.
Ennis.
I just want to know
I was thinking of Bill Cosby's kid, wasn't I?
Oh.
Genesis reunion happened.
Right.
He's talking about the power of Genesis?
Genesis.
It's like this?
Well, no, he's talking about...
big horn section?
He's talking about prog rock
It's
Genesis,
the power of
course.
Genesis. This is a video where there's a dog in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can get the entire run in trades or buy it digitally, and it's worth it. It's a little of its time. I mean, I think it comes off as a lot more sexist and fucked up. Maybe it's just my millennial sensitivities kicking in.
This Genesis?
No.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's better.
I hate when I had to play this song, Classic Rock Radio.
Really?
I always try to edit it out.
But if you don't mind a lot of lingering questions in a series and a lot of violence and the occasional slip up of an accent.
Oh, nice.
Then it's well worth a watch. I thought it was really well executed.
I figured that one actor wasn't going to be
strong. Guy who plays the lead.
Yeah.
Did you watch Agent Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Howard Stark, Tony Stark's dad.
Yeah,
I thought he was really good as that.
Movie as well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was in the movie, wasn't he?
Yep. Well, I mean, he's good, but I mean...
He gets better. Jesse Custer gets better as he goes. But somebody else who's also played another Marvel character, she was an Inhuman, whose name I can't remember, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the girl who plays Tulip. The woman who plays Tulip.
Okay.
In that series. She's fucking amazing. She is the highlight of that show. Actually, I didn't say that. I think I might actually enjoy the vampire, whose name I forget. I don't even know if it's an actual British actor, but I would imagine because he's had no problem with that accent.
Pretty good accent.
He's just downright hilarious. If you like vampire humor, I mean.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of a woman named Susudio outside of that song? Have you ever heard that name before or after that song?
That was supposed to be a woman's name?
Yeah. He clearly says there is a girl that's been on my mind.
I didn't know that was... Yeah, but...
First of all, you know he's a rebel. No jacket required. All right.
He's loving it.
Listen, you're going to have to have me in a suit to listen to Phil's music. Be right here. Have you ever heard of the name Susudio before or after this
honestly,
song?
Well, okay, so...
It's like I was chilling with my girl Susudio the other day.
I never...
No one's ever said that ever.
I've never...
Except Phil Collins in this song.
I've never analyzed Phil Collins' lyrics.
Are you talking from Trailer Park Boys?
But I think that...
Yeah. Sorry.
What was the burger place?
Yeah. Bam! Peanut butter and jams! Jacob. Jacob.
I've never analyzed his lyrics before, but I kind of took it as it was just it was just a thing you say. It's just like they do they da da da.
This is all I want to say to you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's just like something to...
I think I found your shit here, guys.
Bam.
The best of Bam. Oh, shit.
Bam. You motherfuckers, J-Rock, you know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers gotta see my new ride. Bam!
Bam.
Yeah! Jacob.
Come on, Dad. Give me a bam. Come on.
There's Phil. That's Phil Collins.
Now, son, not
God rest his soul.
Damn. Boys, I can't give you a bam, but I can give you a green eggs and ham.
Yeah.
Come on, son, let's hear a bam.
Not doing it, Dad.
You seen the previews for that Sausage Party movie?
Oh, God.
It's an R-rated comic or an R-rated cartoon.
Yeah. I'm not sure who they think their audience is on that one.
I mean, if you're trying to do things South Park's already done.
Yeah. All the adult-oriented animation has stayed under a half hour. I mean, I understand that there's, the Adult Swim market is still pretty large, but they don't want to go watch that for a whole hour and 20 minutes. I hope it's no more than an hour and 20 minutes.
Right.
As the Aqua Teen movie proved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everything works. As Ladies Man has proved. As Night
the
at the
Stuart
Roxbury.
Smalley movie proved.
As many offshoots from SNL have shown us.
There was a Mary Catherine Gallagher movie, if anyone remembers it.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Fucking Corky Romano.
Oh, yeah, that movie was horrible.
Yes. Not every idea can be stretched from 5 minutes to 120.
To be fair, I don't think Corky
90,
Romano was a sketch.
90,
I just think it was a big piece of shit movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of piece of shit movies, this...
but that piece of shit was incubated in SNL either way.
Yeah, this looks like perhaps it'll be a piece of shit.
What? You don't have...
the Splash reboot?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Channing Tatum. You don't think he can pull off a mermaid?
Channing Tatum and Jillian Bell
Jillian Bell?
They're trying to see if she can carry a movie already?
Sure, why not?
Trying to think of who she is.
She can carry a TV series. It's Jillian from Workaholics.
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah.
She's going to be playing...
That's what I'm saying.
The person who's in love with the merman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're doing a sex flip on this, you know.
What? There's another Ghostbusters? What's going on
they're
here?
Ghostbuster in it.
Oh, this is bullshit.
Merman.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking as the other male demographic.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Was the original a Disney film?
Yes. Or no.
I didn't think it was.
I thought it was.
But this is apparently Disney.
Michael Eisner had a love for it. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he created a fountain for it in one of his parks.
Oh, so Disney's going to be involved with this one?
Under the sea is better than anything.
There'll be a remix of this, done by Skrillex.
I'd like to actually hear that.
The 21 Pilots.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't.
I know, wait, they'll just get Fall Out Boy to make a horrible theme.
I can't imagine, though, that... I mean, when I actually try and visualize it in my head, like seeing Channing Tatum naked with his bottom half a fish, I think I would just shut it off.
More like Channing Tate Yum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why couldn't you be the other kind of mermaid with the fish part on top?
Oh, yeah. And that Family Guy?
Oh, that was Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
He runs away on the honeymoon night.
Yeah, that's right.
When he finds it. He's like, yeah, so how does this work again? She's like, well, this is your first time. So I release my eggs and leave the room, and then you fertilize them. He's like, swimming away. Why couldn't she have been the other kind of mermaid?
Nice.
But, Rob, she couldn't carry a TV show. They gave her that Idiot Sitter show. Did you ever watch it?
No, I didn't even.
It's not.
It wasn't that great.
It has a couple chuckles in it, but it just...
Well, I showed also that Adam DeManth couldn't carry a show either. That house party show he had. Remember that?
Wasn't that just supposed to be a stand-up comedy show?
Yeah, it was kind of more of a... Yeah, it was a platform for him.
There was some skit in there a little bit, but not much. Yeah.
Hey, they think he can carry Allstate commercials. He's in all them, but he's in them bitches.
No, he's doing a lead.
Yeah, he's with
what was the wedding?
Oh yeah,
wedding dates
with Audrey Plaza and your girl,
Anna Kendrick, and Zac Efron. The guy looks like
Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza.
Zac Efron looks like he was conceived in a test tube in a lab at Disney.
Yeah,
that's him and Sofia Vergara, both made in the same lab.
They are the first products of the what do you call it?
They were focus grouped.
Yeah.
they were focus grouped, and then what do you call those things that make shit with the little
3D printers?
A 3D printer, yeah. They were Disney's first 3D printed products.
Yeah. That'd be sweet if you could actually do that.
You know, like Zac Efron, they threw in like some mayonnaise and some white bread.
Jesus.
How to make Zac Efron.
Mayonnaise.
I think
American flags.
I think he might be able to get sued for giving away the secret recipe. You might want to just stop there.
A 6-pack of beer.
Don't mention any quantities.
What other things are white? A ream of paper?
Yeah, a whole ream of paper. Maybe 2 bamboo sticks.
Tapioca pudding.
Yeah.
Some bleach.
Oh, definitely bleach.
You know,
maybe a box of macaroni and cheese.
The white cheddar cheese.
Oh, for sure, white cheddar.
Right, we should do the strain. What did we smoke? Some powerful shit.
The bubble gum strain.
That was half bubble gum and half some ditchweed.
Ditchweed. All right, we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. This week's strain, bubblegum. The information comes from Leafly. Original bubblegum was developed by growers in Indiana. From there, genetics moved to New England and eventually Holland. It took many generations to finally produce a stable bubblegum with characteristics sweet smell and euphoric high.
Early versions kept
bubblegum was the
exploding.
winner of 2 awards in the Cannabis Cup in 1994 and the second place winner in 95 and then again in 1997. Or I'm sorry, 99. But yes, the top 5 effects are relaxed, happy, euphoric, uplifted, and focused.
Dude, it's Austin Powers.
Yeah, totally does. A bass player from the 1910 Fruit Gum Company. By the way, like, what an asshole to name your band that.
I know, right?
There's not even a good abbreviation for it.
Is it like
you know, 1910? Like what?
Is this some history about gum we don't know? Oh, the joke's on everyone else.
Even if
Gum didn't
there
come
is.
out till the year 1911. That's what we called the 1910 Fruit Gum Company.
I was still picturing scientists mixing strains of weed, pouring solutions gently back and forth until it explodes, and then walking over to the chalkboard, erasing the one, changing it to a 2.
By George, we've got it.
Early strains were just combusting by themselves.
We came in and the weed had smoked itself overnight.
That's no good.
All right, hit the bong. What do you guys want to listen to? You want to hear some hip hop? I think this man has become my favorite Wu-Tang member. This is from the there you go, Ghostface Killer's Big Doe Rehab.
GFK.
Yeah, but Ghostface is like one word, isn't it? Or is my iTunes wrong?
I thought it was one word.
Yo, I'm coming up the block, got my hands on the ratchet, and these fucking little faggots don't believe it's go.
Whoa.
Well, surprise, motherfucker, Starkey love got breakfast.
Talk real in the hood, man.
Biscuit, you can eat this toast. Shots blow through your meatloaf and lace you back. Turn you over like a pancake and take your gat.
Hey, speaking of the word fag, did you see that shit about Guns N' Roses doing a tribute to the people that were slain at the nightclub in Miami?
No.
They dedicated a song to them and had the projection of their logo all rainbow colored. And I was like, really, this from the guy who wore the shirt, AIDS kills, fags dead.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, I mean, it's factually correct, right?
Like,
he's a proponent of science.
Oh, boy.
Well, no. I mean,
I'm aware. I'm running with the absurdity of
all
it.
ocelots are cats.
Oh, okay.
Not all cats are ocelots.
Hey, yo, G4 jets with like 3 and 4 pets.
What the fuck is this singing on this anyway? Is this a sample? This sounds like Bill Withers or somebody, maybe? Or is this some new cat that he...
Twist a chick like a Rubik's Cube, now what's the deal? Chocolate, light skin, meet Mr. Excitement. Got my DDL on me, that's my dig 'em down license. Never wife and strike just like lightning. I stay piping, hype just like hyping. Bitches wanna see me in my rhinestone drawers.
It's just nice to hear that there's still cats out there that are, using some good samples and spitting some unique rhymes and making stuff that sounds like rap still. Even though this is 2007, this is not his most current.
9 years old.
Right. But he's still doing it. This is just one of my favorites.
Nice. I like it.
Superman lover.
Here we go.
But I'm wrong.
Oh, shit. It's that Valley. It's that Slick Valley.
It's dead.
88 material. Little niggas don't know nothing about this, though. Check it out, y'all. Come on.
Look.
Yeah, come on.
Up in the sky.
When I'm at the bar or in the car.
You see me flying by.
You see the jury truck?
This has to be its own song, Superman of Love shit.
Might show you the
He's probably sounds like he just lifted a whole song.
Lazy production.
Take the whole song.
I mean, he might have just straight up licensed it and had the blessing of the original artist or later. Or he just might have pulled some gnarly gangster shit on that.
Right.
Wave your hand in the air like this. My lady's hands in the air like this.
Ghostface, I told you the track's not for sale. I didn't ask if it was for sale. I told you I'm using it.
Debo.
You gonna stop me? No?
My grandmama gave me that loop. All right, we should start the news.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you.
All right, time for Bong Hits. I don't fucking remember. I'm high. The news. Do the fucking news.
Come on, buddy.
Polls. Constant polls.
Polls? I got a poll for you.
They can use numbers to prove anything. 65% of Americans aged 18 and older believe that government efforts to enforce marijuana laws cost more than they are worth.
Count me in there.
Right.
national polling data that was compiled by YouGov.com and was reported on Normal's website. It's Normal without the A.
Yep.
So it's YouGov, right? Not YouJizz.
What? What did I say?
It's YouGov.
Did I say YouGov.com?
Yes, just making sure.
Oh, yeah.
Did you say YouJizz?
YouGov.com.
I was like, what?
Breaks it down. Those living in living in the Western region, 65% Hispanic, 64% Democrat, 63%. Those under 30, 63%.
So what, young people
in support
and
of...
Hispanics?
I'll have to go back to the tapes to remember the poll that I talked about last week. But it did put Republicans at 55%. This poll puts them at 45%. That's quite a difference. So it might not be it's not necessarily as big an issue for the right as we may have thought.
I just personally, I'm hoping that this is just turning into one of those things that they'll just give us to shut everybody up about it. All right, fine, stoners, here's your weed.
Yeah.
Can we move on?
These polls are all done with what seems to be the bare minimum of people needed. 1,000 U.S. citizens were polled.
Enough people to say you conducted a study?
Right. I do believe, although I don't remember where the study came from, it was the same sample size that found 55% Republicans. Plus or minus 4.5% is what they rate the margin of error on this poll. Clearly, it's got to be bigger than that. So what does it really mean? I mean, it means nothing. It means jack shit. It's not surprising to anyone who's paying attention. But when you put it in number form like that, that's a solid thing that that politicians can actually look at and go, okay, this is where the tide is moving. That's all they really understand are poll numbers, right? I don't consider this for, us, the average citizen. This is, I hope somebody running for office sees this, especially somebody running for Democratic office and says, hey, maybe this can be an issue that will drive people to the polls and vote for me as well.
Barry.
Yeah.
Barry's not running again.
Listen.
No, he's not.
But still,
Leave
listen. Barry, listen. Here, listen, we got the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. We got the numbers for you.
And reform is part of the Democratic platform, but nobody is really charging that as an issue at all, much less a major issue.
They're fine with it being
Why?
bad.
Half of them are all high anyway.
Right.
Would they forget?
They don't want to share it with people. What are you, crazy? I mean, it's going to cut into their supply.
I mean, really, the big domino that needs to fall is California, right? We talked about this last show. So, California, listen.
Yeah.
All right? You got a big thing in front of you in November. All right? You were the domino that fell in the medical community, and the rest of the country followed.
But it may be important, the fact that Ohio finally legalized medicinal marijuana. And we're, I think, only days away now from actually the start of their program, although it's not like the shops are opening up that right then and there. They're choosing the slow rollout method for some reason.
So, 2026.
Listen, it's not like they're saying, it's not that we're afraid of money, just so much coming in at once we don't know what to do with it. I don't know what their problem is.
Right.
Like, you don't think that you have people ready to open doors in 90 days when you pass this legislation? All you have to do is get your shit together. And, sometimes they even have this all written out before it even comes up for a vote.
Right. It's kind of like, hey, if the world, pigs fly, let's do this and get ready.
Well, but they don't have any examples to look at. How would we get... We're building this from nothing.
Right.
If only other states would legalize it first so we could copy them and get this done quickly. But so it goes. But anyways, why would it be important? Well, I guess if you're in Ohio, certainly, or even if you travel to Ohio and maybe they offer some sort of reciprocity for your medicinal card in your own state. But outside of that, Ohio's a swing state. This is an important state that we will see both candidates campaign in. More likely, they're going to be in Ohio more so than Michigan.
Right.
And if they come to Michigan, then hopefully they'll go to Flint because...
Well, I heard that they were people have been talking about building some sort of human barrier for Trump's coming to Detroit to speak. They're going to try and bar him from speaking in Detroit.
Wouldn't he love that?
Yeah.
Good luck with that. That's yeah.
Drive through it.
Yeah, they're building.
Drive
They're
through it.
building a wall to keep Trump out.
Right.
There's a
Right.
protest.
Wait, wouldn't it be great if we all got together and stood on the street and gave Trump an opportunity to point at us and go, "Look at these guys. They should be at work."
Right.
Yeah, I know, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you're just setting them up.
Right.
You want to be Trump's straight man, or do you want to beat this guy?
Right.
Think. Use your fucking head.
You know what
Yeah, I don't
scares me, and
understand
we talked about it on a previous show. You know what scares me? The Midwest and the Rust Belt scares me because
That's what I'm talking about.
those people identify. They look at Donald Trump. They see more of them in him than they do Hillary, and that's
Or at least-
that's generally how a lot of people tend to vote.
At least
is
they
who's more like them.
Well, like them, that makes more sense to them, and somebody they feel like they have figured out, right?
Yeah.
I think part of the reason why Hillary is untrustworthy in a lot of people's eyes is because they've heard so much shit they don't know what to believe, and well, there's some smoke, there must be some sort of fire, and she remains an unknown, and that's the devil you know, right?
Yeah.
That's basically, I think, I don't know. It's funny. I know that there are people who are rabid supporters, but the people that I've talked to who are Trump supporters are about as equally excited as the people, the liberals that I talked to about voting for Hillary.
Because everyone's just like...
The phrase, hold your nose, comes up a lot when the subject of voting is approached. I'm just going to hold my nose and vote for blank. And it goes both sides.
Hey, man, you need to get your Johnson Weld on, all right? I'm paying extra for the Johnson Weld. By the way, Mandy brought up a point. She's like, why's it got to be something? Why's it got to be a gay sex move or something you do with a hooker? Can't it be something two loving people do between each other? Like, hey, last night she let me give... last night she gave me the Johnson Weld.
I'm thinking more of a docking maneuver.
There you go.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. First I thought it was two dudes.
Give them the Johnson
So
Weld.
definitely that two penises.
Right.
We're welding Johnsons.
Oh.
You need to get the Marine grade.
Yeah.
That shit.
I know, right?
Oh, boy.
Or hey, maybe she figured out how to do something with her butthole. She's like, yeah, I'm giving,
Finally.
I'm giving you the Johnson Weld.
She's been wasting it this whole time. Finally figured out something to do with that butthole.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Don't you understand? You can put things in it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
If Ohio or California doesn't convince other states, other dominoes to topple, I'm sure Italy will convince the U.S. to do the right thing.
Oh, really?
Set an example. Come on.
Yeah.
Actually, if we elect Donald Trump, that'll be the closest thing we've ever had to an Italian prime minister in office. Don't you think? He's much more... He should really go to Italy and run. I think he would clean up. Because they're all slick, tan guys with, like, porn star wives and shit.
Hey, it's a Donald Trump.
Yes. Yes, in Mario accents.
Mr. Dumb.
That's not what I wanted. I was looking for, like the music you always hear in the pizza parlors and movies. Dun, 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 dun. I was looking for that stereotypical music.
Oh, nice.
Not this other stereotypical music.
Yeah, more heavier on the accordions. Pepe.
Yeah.
Make with the accordions, Pepe.
Yeah.
I even typed in Italy stereotype music to see what I would get. There we go. Little Italy, the best Italian songs downloaded.
In the Italian parliament, Senator Benedetto della Vedova. No. Della Vedova.
Hey, Johnny Italy, how you doing?
He's proposed a cannabis legalization and taxation bill that they're going to vote on. If this passes, they could be up and running by next year.
Nice.
They could have legal weed before Ohio.
Damn. Come on, Ohio. Get your shit together.
Hey, it's a Donald Trump. You got the orange face. Best I can get. It's called Italian dinner music.
I like it. I want
So,
some spaghetti.
Here's a quote from Senator Della Vedova. He is the is MP for the People of Freedom Party. I'm sure it translates better. Prohibitionist policies have failed in their impossible aim to eliminate the use of drugs and have not reduced the illegal market for cannabis. Instead, organized crime has controlled the whole chain: production, processing, and sales.
Oh, there it is.
By legalizing cannabis, the state would cut off substantial income from organized crime and transfer the illegal profits to the state budget.
She also requested this music.
This makes so much sense. And why is it that, like, there's hardly any politicians that can get away with logical statements like this without being confronted with, for example, organizations like the Washington Post that still print stories about how there's proof positive that marijuana is a harmful drug.
And there's way more proof positive that Oxycontin's a harmful drug.
Right, I agree.
Here it is. There is already plenty of proof that marijuana is harmful. This is the article from the Washington Post this week. I guess this is in response to an editorial that was titled "One Reason for Cannabis Caution." 1967 study reported that THC...
Hey, a 40-year-old study.
1967-year-old study.
Yeah. Hey, a 40-year-old study. Oh, he's back. Guess who's back?
That caused psychotic-like effects in some normal human subjects. An ever-increasing number of scientific studies show that cannabis use has triggered symptoms involving psychosis and schizophrenia.
Shut the fuck up!
Because you gave them a shit ton of pot and they laughed at nothing and you didn't know why they were laughing at nothing. So
shut the fuck up!
So
by the way, we gave him 4 sheets of acid.
I can see somebody in 1967 saying, "I know he's acting like a crazy person."
Right.
He says, "We didn't even put on Benny Hill, and he started laughing like a maniac."
He's just laughing
because
at the
I
screen.
farted.
Right.
One needs only to study the existing literature. Not only can those with developing brains lose up to 10 IQ points, but also a brain and you can't. It's not something you can measure in that way. You take the average kid in your high school, and you take the burnout kid, quote unquote, in your high school, because everyone had one. Mm-hmm. The one that wore flannel before it was popular.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
Penn.
Damn it, Penn.
And give them an IQ test. I don't care how smart you consider either one of them to be. The burnout's not going to test as well. It's just not going to be. Yeah, there'll probably be at least a 10-point difference in their testing scores. Doesn't mean smoking marijuana reduces your IQ. But if that's where you...
Yeah, but aren't you not supposed to fuck with it, like, before 18, because it kind of will mess with your development of your brain?
Yeah, absolutely. This idea that, like, you know, somebody gets hit on the head with a 2x4 and they lose a certain number of IQ points. It's not like you have, like, this running tally above your head. Not constantly, but maybe it just pops up when you get hit. Ding! And you see 10 points, like, drop from it.
Like Contra, your life bar is going down.
Oh, yeah.
Right. It's a very subjective number anyway. But if that's what you want to base your logic on, all right. 1 out of 6 youths and 1 out of 10 adults who use marijuana become addicted.
Whoa.
What does addiction look like?
Shut the fuck up!
Right. Does addiction mean doing it every day? No.
Maybe.
There's a clear definition of despite consequences. So
Yes. Dr. Drew, all the time, was addiction is continuing.
How many people drink every
in the
day?
face of dire consequences.
How many people out there drink every fucking day? And maybe it's just a beer or two at night after the kids go to sleep, or you have some time to watch CSI or whatever the fuck it is you want to do.
Can't get
whatever
watch
these
CSI till you get
whatever
crunk,
these beer drinkers are into. I don't know. But does that mean that all those people are alcoholics because they drink every day? Every day? No, it doesn't. It's not affecting their marriage, their job, their friends. It's not affecting their bank account. It's not affecting anything except for their ability to tolerate the assholes that we all have to deal with day in and day out.
That and their liver.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 2 beers a day? I don't think your liver would be mad about that. I think that's well within your in what your liver can handle. That's just keeping your liver fresh.
Keeping it spry.
You don't want it to get
keeping
lazy.
it on its toes. Like, listen,
Right.
liver, we need a lazy liver around here, all right? I need you in tip-top shape.
Right. Well, you know, if you don't drink for like a decade and then you have a drink, your liver doesn't know what to do with that at all. It's like, I think I'm getting cancer. I don't know why your liver's Jewish.
Oy vey!
What are you doing?
I'm getting cancer down here. What is that? Is that beer?
Yeah.
Is that beer? What is that, Miller Lite?
Anything.
What is What happened to you?
Oh, jeez, it's going to take me a while to process this.
I'm going to sit this one out.
Oh, South Dakota.
No, I got nothing. South Dakota.
Next song.
I can show pictures of Mount Rushmore.
There you go.
Recently, a tribe in South Dakota, considering legalizing cannabis on their land that was given back to them graciously by the U.S. government, they brought in 2 cannabis consultants that work in the Denver area.
How do you get that fucking job? I want to be a cannabis consultant.
Right? Hell yeah. Is there a school I got to go to?
It makes sense, though. Right? It makes sense. Especially for... I mean, there's a lot to it that your average just pot smoker is going to be unaware of, even if he's like familiar with the process of like, oh yeah, they grow the plants, they trim them, like,
right.
And to do that as a business, a legal business, is a whole nother thing, right?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of checks.
Just because you know how to sling dime bags doesn't mean you know how to run a storefront successfully. Make sure all your taxes are paid and you're following all the regulations. And this is not the type of business where you want to stick your neck out.
Right. Definitely.
Right? Like we were talking about earlier, locally, they shut down edibles in the Detroit area, and it sounds like they're putting some plan together, but nobody's willing to act on that and stick their neck out unless they're just operating a completely illegal storefront anyways. Like, I'm sure a lot of them still are in Detroit.
Right.
But anyway, we were talking about South Dakota.
Yep.
So these cannabis consultants
and everything.
These guys with the dream jobs that will probably be played by Michael Cera and Jonah Hill in the near future.
Right.
Flew to...
the only better gig could be like they have to go test all the prostitutes in Vegas. Listen.
I want that job.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The quality control.
Yeah. Listen, this one's a little too loose. You gotta let her go.
Hey, yeah. It's not what you think. I mean, we just stick our fingers in. We just do the dipstick test. I mean, it's not all like what you would think.
Be a bad.
Plus, the bitches tip for shit. So, they consult these Native Americans on how to open
smoking peace pipe.
How to legalize the smoking of the peace pipe.
Had to do it
on their grounds that are protected and do not fall under state or federal law. The state of South Dakota is none too happy with having legal cannabis in their state without them having a say over it. And of course, I mean, it's one thing bordering a state that recklessly legalizes weed and allows it to spill over like an overflowing bathtub into neighboring states. But to actually have it sprout up like a cancer from your own state is horrible. So having no direct control over the Native Americans, what do? They go after the consultants.
Right.
To make sure that these consultants stay out of their state and don't help these Native Americans conduct business in their own area.
Remember this shit?
Maybe even create some jobs.
The blade, the stone, and the arrow.
Maybe do something other than drinking, which, I mean, if you want to talk about white people and their pills.
Yeah.
Native Americans and their firewater is equally as much a problem. So, yeah, they're actually, the state of South Dakota is pressing charges against 2 men, Eric Hagan and Jonathan Hunt. And
doing their filthy cannabis business in South Dakota.
Yeah, they're being charged with, let's see. Oh, they're saying that they actually smuggled in, they actually smuggled in strains.
Damn.
According to the prosecutors. So they brought shit with them that were, let's see, packaged in CD cases and sewn into T-shirts. Hey, the CD cases, that's my thing.
So you know that way.
Consulting the consultants?
Roll a joint. I mean, this is outdated
on
anyways.
A CD case.
Roll a joint and then pop open the inside part of the CD case, and there's a little trough that's on the inside where the hinges are on either end.
Oh, wow.
And so you throw it in there. Of course, it doesn't work with like your Alice in Chains or something that's got a clear
It's got to be the old school black.
A clear tray. Yeah. But it's a very clever way to hide your joints that nobody's ever found.
Where were you 20 years ago?
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Hey,
you know what? And I thought about this too the other day.
If you plan on being in Hot Tub Time Machine 3 and you're going back to the 90s, keep that in mind.
Right, for sure.
I don't know what other case
I thought about this last week when I was in Idaho. We talked about those lawsuits that all the states around Colorado are doing.
Yeah.
You don't see Idaho suing Oregon and Washington. You know, California and Nevada have been cool.
Idaho's chill.
Idaho's just chilling. Idaho ain't trying to hurt nobody. Idaho ain't suing. Because clearly, I mean, Spokane's right pretty much there on the border of Idaho and Washington. I'm sure some cannabis from Spokane has found its way over the border into Idaho. But Idaho's chilling.
Idaho don't give a fuck.
Right.
That's what I heard about Idaho.
Usually you'd say they got bigger problems. We got no problems. That's why we don't give a fuck.
We got mountains and potatoes.
Some people get no problems and they turn on their neighbors and they're like, we don't give a fuck, man. We're just chilling.
We're like, dude, our neighbors are cool. Well, their neighbors are, what is it, Washington, Oregon, like Nevada, and Utah.
That's true.
And Montana. You
get the...
You guys like Joe Montana?
Maybe the occasional noise complaint, they're partying too hard.
Yeah, Nevada. Yeah. Hey, keep it down over there in Vegas.
Right.
Vegas is way down south. Reno's one up north.
So, hey, as long as we're talking about these guys from Colorado that are getting charges thrown at them for smuggling and consulting in an illegal business, remember the THC-tainted water?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, they did some tests on it. Everything came back clean. False alarm. I mean, there's...
Well, things I kept reading on it, kept people like cannabis experts were talking about, like, what are these people talking about? THC is not water soluble. It wouldn't be coming out of their taps. It wouldn't be in the water. Like they were saying how you have to mix THC with oil so you can put it in things. Like you gotta put it in butter, or put it in, make an oil out of it so you can put it.
It has to have a compound
food.
to bind to.
Yes. There's nothing in water for it to bind to.
Right. It needs the fat to bind it to. Bind to it. It binds to it. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Binding, like in the craft?
Yes, it binds. It casts.
It binds to it.
Sees the fat cell, and then it, puts its, it makes little devil horns with its fingers. Yeah. And these Doctor Strange runes pop out of its hands, and it's puts a spell on it.
Runes.
And then that Fairuza Balk and that black chick from Half Baked show up.
Whoa.
Wouldn't have Campbell.
Special guest.
So... This was in Hugo. Local sheriff said criminal investigation has been launched into a possible tampering of the well in Hugo. Colorado Bureau of Investigations has just reached out to us and advised that samples taken from well number 1 and throughout town are negative for THC.
Nice.
Municipal water in the town of Hugo is safe.
Well, thank goodness for that.
So... It was really just a well that they found possible THC in. And again, so what?
Right. But none of it was psychoactive or activated.
No. And I mean, I don't know. Could this happen if you're growing a crop somewhere near it? I mean, if that was the case, this wouldn't be an ongoing investigation. They'd probably find the crop pretty damn quickly.
Right. I don't know. That's weird.
Or maybe there's... How are they testing for THC? Maybe their tests aren't all that accurate.
Just because you drank a glass of water and wanted some Doritos doesn't mean there's THC in the water.
And if the tested water came out negative, where did the idea that THC was in the water in the first place come from? Did somebody think they got high off of it? Did it smell like skunk?
Someone started doubting out in the corner after lunch?
Tinge? Was there sticks and seeds in it?
Right.
Did it smell like a skunk?
Found in a feeder well. What's a feeder well? Sounds like probably you just, the cows drink out of it. It's not potable water for humans.
Potable.
It's Weedsmen. All right, it's potable.
See what you do.
Oh, great idea for another business.
There you go.
Potables?
No.
Potables?
I read stories really high. Potable. Subscribe to Potable.com.
Oh.
Wow, I like that.
Just people read stories, hi.
Hey, guys, this is Curious George. What am I reading? I would do it.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg goes to read a book and then just ends up rambling for 3 hours.
Right. My boy.
Oh, I was supposed to be reading this book. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, we paid for the studio time. We're at 3 hours.
Might as well do it.
Double deuces.
Right.
Think we're ready for a president who kicks babies out of a presidential race?
All right, get that fucking baby out of here.
Hey, why don't you take that baby? I want to see a fucking baby's face.
Put it in the baby room. What?
The baby room.
What? There's a baby
There's
room?
a baby room. Don't ask questions.
Just do it.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter, but if he could, like, I don't know, maybe get a law passed nationally that would keep babies out of movie theaters.
Boom. I like that one.
Now he might
See, I was
have
on a plane recently, and
something I can get behind.
And I was told my philosophy is a little extreme for planes, but unless there's a grandparent involved, if you have the baby is so small you still have to hold it. What the fuck? Shouldn't be going on a vacation. Should be on a plane. Unless you're taking that baby to see its grandparent.
No,
if you gotta
on a
hold that
plane?
baby, get it. Fuck. There should be a travel limit.
No, I can't agree with you with that.
No, boy.
No, the baby's got to travel sometimes. It's just got to
Bullshit.
happen. Yeah.
Fuck your baby.
What if their
Wow.
What if their house has a poltergeist?
Oh, see.
They're moving to the other side of the
Unfortunately, I
fucking
guess
country to
that's
get away
one
from
thing
it.
where me and Donald Trump are simpatico on. Fuck your baby. That should be the name of this show. Fuck your baby.
Anyway.
No, it
This is
shouldn't
not
be.
the fuck your baby
No.
music.
This is not the fuck your baby
This
show.
is getting worse.
Baby fucking music.
Wow.
Thanks for downloading the Weedsmen podcast for free on iTunes or from ChristopherMedia.net. Please make sure to rate this show, the Weedsmen podcast, 5 stars on iTunes. I'll take 4. And help to tell others about the Weedsmen podcast by leaving a comment. Yeah, please comment if you like it.
Create a 6th star.
Yes. We recommend this.
Thank you for following the Weedsman podcast on Twitter at the Weedsman420 and on Instagram.
The Weedsmen podcast.
Please follow the Weedsman podcast on Facebook to like and share the Weedsman podcast.
Please visit ChristopherMedia.net for all other podcasts on this Christopher Media Network. You can check out, what about the Ugly Club podcast?
Yeah.
You can do that.
You could check that one out.
They just did a show called Ruining Your Adulthood.
Oh, damn.
Guess what it was about?
Oh, man, I can only imagine.
Ghostbusters.
Oh.
I thought you'd pick right up on that.
And you know what? There's so many movies that have ruined my adult, life now. I can't lost count.
That Splash remake.
You're blaming movies.
Yes.
That Splash remake's going to ruin some people's adulthood.
My adult.
I'll tell you that
yeah,
one.
big time.
All right, where were we?
If you would like to donate to the Weedsman podcast, you can click on the PayPal button at ChristopherMedia.net, and if you use the Amazons,
boy.
The Amazons.
That Amazon.
That's what the kids call it.
Yep. Everyone uses Amazon these days. Bookmark that shit with our link.
Yeah, it's not going to cost you any extra money, and you will help to support the Weedsman podcasts.
If you are looking to launch your own website, please click through the HostGator banner at ChristopherMedia.net. Christopher Media uses the HostGator, not the HostGator, but HostGator, to host all of the shows produced by the Christopher Media Network. When you click through the HostGator banner at ChristopherMedia.net and sign up for HostGator, you are helping to support the Weedsman podcast and all the great shows on the Christopher Media Network.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, we know that choosing the perfect gift for a man is a difficult task.
Oh, don't I know?
I know all these men I got to buy gifts for. But not anymore. TheBroBasket.com is here to help. We all know men are hard to shop for. But what do you guys actually like? Their favorite alcohol, that's what.
Of course.
Could be craft beer, wine, whiskey, scotch, or tequila.
What about gin?
Gin is an option.
Sweet.
TheBroBasket.com will put it in a gift basket full of their favorite gear and goodies. You can customize your own Bro Basket or choose from a variety of different Bro Baskets, like the Ultimate Import Sampler, the Jack and Coke gift set, or the Junior Executive Gift Basket.
I gotta know what's in the Junior exec.
That nail file.
Boozeless but still cool bro baskets are also available. TheBroBasket.com gives you many shipping options to choose from, including rush delivery and Saturdays. 21 and over, please. State and local laws apply. Beer, wine, liquor, and are not available for shipping in all states.
I still want to know if there's a senior executive gift basket as well.
Senior executive.
You can help to support Christopher Media by clicking through the BroBasket.com banner at ChristopherMedia.net. Men used to be hard to shop for. TheBroBasket.com.
Bro.
That's a happy bro. That deserves a happy bro.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta get the one of him screaming. I know I have it. I just gotta load it up.
All right, and then until next week, stay high.
Stay high.
Stay high.
Whoa. That was a good one.
Thank you.
If you enjoy this show and want more people to know about it, head on over to iTunes, leave a comment, and rate it 5 stars. Make sure you like and share us on Facebook, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Just search for Christopher Media. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Dear Home, we need a change. A little room evolution. We need HomeSense, where one bold piece can change your whole place. Like a leather sofa built for beauty and binge watching. With endless discoveries, I'll always bring you something pretty, or cool, or pretty cool. You want a new hand-woven rug? Game-changing savings mean the answer is yes. I'm going now, because unique is every day. And you never overpay. Love you. HomeSense. This changes everything.
At Jewelers Mutual, we're a little obsessed with jewelry. Obsessed like auctioneers with talking fast.
50, we're going to sold.
Pop stars with auto-tune. And dentists with asking questions.
So, how did he propose?
After they've put their hands in your mouth.
Great.
Yes, we've made jewelry our obsession for over 100 years. We love it so much we named our kids Ruby, Amber, and Opal.
Venti soy latte for Opal?
At Jewelers Mutual, we insure jewelry and only jewelry, which is why people who are also obsessed with jewelry trust us with theirs.